Okay, Franny here. I want to talk to you about the upcoming games for the NFL. I was really proud of myself. I only missed one game last week, and that had to do with the fact that I picked Minnesota because I have a lot of friends here where I live that are Minnesota Vikings fans. But I was pretty sure maybe they weren't going to make it, but I couldn't say that in front of my friends. So let's talk about the games that are on Saturday this time around. You got the Texans who are going to face Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Now, and I think a lot of times when you have a layoff and don't play right away, it really hurts you. But that's not true for um, the Chiefs. Mahomes doesn't care how long he lays off. He comes back. He's always strong. And if you give Andy Reid enough time, he's going to figure out a way that he'll always beat you. He'll come up with some special little wrinkle that will be unexpected and will hold in his back pocket until he needs it. And you can never, ever count Mahomes out. I really don't want to see them do a three-peat. And I would like to think that the Texans can beat them. I think where the Chiefs are weak is their offensive line. So if they can make Mahomes scramble a little bit and get him in a situation where he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, which is tough to do. He's the magician. I mean, he'll do a two-hand chest pass to somebody. He'll do a jump pass. He'll do a fake pass and then run for another 20 yards. So he's really something. But it's time for somebody else. So TJ Stroud is a youngster. He pulled it out last week. He's got some good receivers. I think they've got a great defense. So I think he'll make it a little tough on them. And if he can get some time to throw the ball, but that's been questionable as of late. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs because I don't think you can ever go against Andy Reid or Mahomes, but I definitely would like to see the Texans do it. I just don't think that a rookie coming in, even though he's shown that he's got some poise, is going to be able to make it against an experienced guy like Andy Reid and Mahomes and Kelsey and a few of the others. Okay, let's talk about the Lions and the Commanders. I picked the Commanders again. I thought it would be a close game, but also I had a good friend that just loves the Commanders. But I think they've come to their destiny, even though they've got Jaden Daniels. Again, he's a young guy. He's back from an injury, so I'm not sure he's going to play that strongly. But I love Jarod Geoff, and if anybody can have a great season, I'm rooting for him. I think he's done a fantastic job. I think the Lions are a really well-rounded team. They've got Garvey, they've got Cook, they've got Higbee, and he's just on top of his game. Nothing seems to bother him. Good offense, good defense. So I'm definitely picking the Lions in that game, and they should win that pretty handily, I think. But you never know. It's a playoff game. That's why it is what it is. But let's talk about the Sunday game for the Ravens. This should be the game that everybody's going to watch and want to see. It'll be played in Buffalo. I'm sure it'll be cold up there, but Baltimore's used to cold. Baltimore's a team that does well on the road, almost better than they do at home sometimes. But it's going to depend on who shows up. We're hurting without a wide receiver in Zay Flowers. He's really questionable. I don't think they're going to play him. We have some other good receivers in Bateman, and of course you can't talk. You can't ever not talk about Mark Andrews, who can be a favorite target, and likely is another tight end. Both those guys are really good. But the key to this game is going to be the same as it was last week. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry have got to run the football. They have to run the football to set up the passing lanes. And I'm telling you what, Lamar was a magician. If you watched that game and you knew where the ball was going, good luck, because I saw a couple times where he just pulled it out. I hadn't have a clue on TV watching who had the ball. So they're going to have to figure out a way to stop those two guys. And if Derrick Henry gets through a hole, good luck. I would not want to step in front of him. He bench presses like 500 pounds. And so when he puts that stiff arm out there on those safeties and stuff, I definitely wouldn't want to be in front of him. So this is going to come down to, I think, who establishes the best defense. And we beat them the fourth week, I think it was, of the season, and we weren't playing at our best at that time. And we were able to get to Josh Allen and make him throw some poor passes and stuff. But he's a great quarterback. These two are up for, MVP. I don't think it should be any question. It should be Lamar Jackson. He's set two historical records in passing yards percentage and also running yards. So I don't think it should be any question about it. But if he beats us, that could be then given to Josh Allen. But I don't think that'll be the case. And he's a great passer. What worries me the most about them is our penalties. We cannot afford to have stupid penalties. And the other thing that worries me the most is the long ball, where we get a pass interference call. So we've got to stay with our person without making a stupid foul. And we've got to establish the running game, and we've got to have get to Allen. So if our defense shows up, and especially if they show up in the second half, that's where we've been remiss. We've let teams back in the game that we shouldn't have let back in the game. But if we do those three things, it won't even be a question of who's going to win. So, but Allen's got some great people, and Cook is a very good running back, and he's got some great talent out for his receivers. So this should be a barn burner, and that's the way it should be in order to get to the Super Bowl. Okay, the final game on Sunday is the Rams versus the Eagles. Stafford had a good game the last game, but guess what? He's playing against the Eagles, and I think the Eagles are like the Lions, and the Chiefs and the Ravens are the foremost well-rounded teams. They do that wedge thing to get that little extra yardage that they need, and it's very effective. And they're just a real solid team. They've got Jalen Hurts in there, who's their quarterback. They got Brown. They have a lot of targets to use. So I'm going to pick the Eagles. Other little interesting tidbit is the game for Super Bowl is in New Orleans. And I went to the 2012 game when it was the Ravens that were against the San Francisco 49ers. And that's when the two Harbaugh brothers faced off. So it's in New Orleans this year. So I think that's could also be a little secret that nobody's saying anything about. But that's the last time Baltimore won a Super Bowl. New Orleans seems to be a favorite for them. So I'm expecting them to go all the way. I'm a little prejudiced, however, but they're going to have to show up both offensively and defensively. So those are Franny's predictions. I hope you like them. We'll see what happens in the second go-around here. Okay, I know you'll be watching the same as me, so have a great day, and let's go Ravens. Okay, take care.